series revolves around its title character and his various friends. SpongeBob SquarePants is an energetic and optimistic sea sponge, although his appearance more closely resembles a kitchen sponge who lives in a submerged pineapple and loves his job as a fry cook at the Krusty Krab. He has a pet snail, Garrett, who meows like a cat. Living 2 houses down from SpongeBob is his best friend Patrick Star, a dim-witted yet friendly pink starfish who lives under a rock. Despite his mental setbacks, Patrick still sees himself as intelligent. Squidward Tentacles is SpongeBob's next-door neighbor and co-worker at the Krusty Krab. Squidward is an arrogant and ill-tempered octopus who lives in an Easter Island moat and dislikes his neighbors, especially SpongeBob and Patrick, due to their childish nature. He enjoys playing the clarinet and painting self-portraits, but hates his job as a cashier. Another close friend of SpongeBob is Sandy Cheeks, a squirrel from Texas. She is a scientist and an expert in karate. She lives in an oak tree entrapped in a clear glass dome blocked by an airtight, hand-turned seal. When outside of her dwelling, she wears an astronaut-like suit because she cannot breathe underwater. Mr. Krabs, a miserly crab obsessed with money, is the owner of the Krusty Krab restaurant and SpongeBob's boss. Krabs has a teenage whale daughter named Pearl, whom he values equally with his riches. His rival, Plankton, is a small green copepod who owns a low-rank fast food restaurant called the Chum Bucket, located across the street from the Krusty Krab. Plankton spends most of his time planning to steal the secret recipe for Mr. Krabs's popular Krabby Patty burgers, so as to gain the upper hand and put the Krusty Krab out of business. The majority of Plankton's plans come from his intelligent yet sarcastic computer wife Karen, who is more competent and less conceited than him. When SpongeBob is not working at the Krusty Krab, he can often be found at Mrs. Puff's boating school, the underwater equivalent of a driver's education course. SpongeBob is perpetually unable to pass Mrs. Puff's exams, which is why he almost always walks around town. Other recurrent characters appear throughout the series, such as the muscular lifeguard of Goo Lagoon, Larry the Lobster, a pirate specter known as the Flying Dutchman, and retired superheroes Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy, who are idolized by SpongeBob and Patrick. Most double-length episodes of the show are hosted by a live-action pirate named Patchy and his pet parrot Potty, whose segments are presented in a dual narrative with the animated stories.